I was reading a 2024 study by Lindsay Wang that found diabetic patients taking Ozempic were 50% less likely to develop bowel cancer compared to those on insulin. What does this say and highlight about Ozempic's role in staving off cancer?
Well, that's an interesting study because insulin is pro-grow. So insulin is also a signaling peptide hormone, very much like GLP-1, and it is pro-grow when you give it to someone. So someone being on insulin, I believe, will inherently potentially make them more vulnerable to cancer. I don't want to say certainly because I don't want to scare everybody because there's a lot of people out there on insulin, but it is a pro-grow hormone. Now it's pro-grow in that we get surges of it after we work out, which is awesome. We want that, right? We want that anabolic response. But in your average person who's not working out and who's not really using their insulin the way they need to, they're already swimming in it due to insulin resistance, and now they're taking insulin because their pancreas is pooped out. That's a mess. That's a soup of things we don't necessarily want happening growing in the body. And so that study looked at insulin versus GLP-1s. It's not entirely fair because it's not a true control group.
Mhm.
But there are other data sets coming out that haven't been published yet showing really good, really hopeful and positive impacts on potentially reducing cancer risk. And they're correlative, not causative. So we can't put our finger on it and say these reduce cancer. But they looked at over 1 million people that were type 2 diabetics that were on semaglutide, and they found a significant reduction in different types of cancer that are obesity related in comparison to the folks who were not taking GLP-1s. And those were the cancers you don't want, the ovarian, the pancreatic, the colon, the types of cancers that are, you don't come back from readily. And so that's very exciting.